There has always been a friendly rivalry between Kenworth and Peterbilt, and many people assume that because they're both owned by Paccar, Kenworth and Peterbilt are virtually the same truck, but that's not true at all. Kenworth was building trucks before Paccar came along for 22 years. Likewise with Peterbilt, they had been making trucks for almost 20 years when Paccar came along and bought them both out. After Paccar had bought Peterbilt in 1958, Paccar considered consolidating the two companies, but they ultimately decided to run them as separate companies, and they are separate companies. Kenworth and Peterbilt both have different CEOs, they both have different engineers, and both have different design teams. They're built in completely different factories. Kenworth's built in Renton, Washington, Chillicothe, Ohio, and out in Australia, Peterbilt is built in the plant in Denton, Texas. Paccar itself is a publicly traded company established in 1905, and they invest in truck manufacturing companies. They also own DAF in the Netherlands and Leyland in the UK. One of the reasons they bought DAF in the Netherlands was Paccar wanted to own their own engine manufacturing facility, and they got that when they bought DAF, and that resulted in the Paccar MX-13 engine, one of the few things that both Kenworth and Peterbilt share. But they share very little else. The suspension systems are different, the cabs and the bunks are different, the designs themselves and the mechanics involved are all different. Kenworth and Peterbilt, in fact, don't share dealerships either. Peterbilt has 361 dealers, Kenworth has 331. It is interesting to note that even though the two companies don't share design engineers, they both came out with some pretty ugly trucks at roughly the same time trying to get fuel efficiency. Kenworth came out with the T2000, Peterbilt came out with the 587, but they were both too ugly for me to have taken pictures of, so that's why those pictures don't appear in this video. Finally, if there's anything else that these two brands share, it's build quality. And the build quality of these two trucks, Kenworth and Peterbilt, far outweigh anything out there in their competition. They're far better built trucks. And something else worth noting is the fact that at truck shows, on the truck show circuit, more Kenworths and Peterbilts than anything else in the field. Paccar made over $33 billion last year in sales alone, so they're doing something right. I've been buying Paccar trucks, either Kenworths or Pete's, for 40 years now. I've never been disappointed with one of them. Stay safe, keep the rubber side down if you want a good quality build truck, Kenworth or Pete. I'll see you on the back haul. I'm just thinking that might have sounded kind of like a sales ad, but neither Paccar or Kenworth or Peterbilt paying me a red cent for that video.